Welcome to the Stripped Podcast. This is your host, Allison Lessard. Let's get into it. Well, if it isn't me pivoting again. And so that's how we're going to start out this episode, you guys. I named this. I have no idea where this is going, and that's kind of the point because honestly, yes, that's what's actually going on. Like there's so much smoke and mirror and bullshit in this industry of people pretending like they have it all figured out. And I'm not saying I'm better than them. I'm saying I want to be so fucking real. Yes, I've been doing this for over a decade. I've had a business for like over 12 years of some form because I started doing Reiki like a million years ago. And then it just evolved from there into an online business. But people don't have it figured out for the most part, you guys. So let's give ourselves permission to not have this like 10-year plan. Okay. You can make your plans, make your vision board, do your Excel spreadsheet, do it. If it turns you on, go for it. But I just know for myself, it's not working that way. And I've been doing this a really long time. And every time I try to control things too much, or I try to strangle it, or I try to like over program it and over plan it, it just never works out. So I'm not doing that anymore. Plain and simple. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck the plan. Fuck it. Fuck it. We're going to do it on the fly. So I relaunched the podcast. I rebranded it. So it's like new and pretty and it's got like a new energy. Do I have a concrete plan? No. So every year I choose a word, like an intention. And 2025, my word is joy. And so that's the era that I'm in right now. I'm in my joy era. This is personal. This is professional. It's like across the board. And I know that for me, also part of my joy is making sure that my work is evolving with me. Because I cannot do the same thing year after year. Some people thrive doing that. They really feel amazing there. I feel dead. I feel like I'm dying inside if I feel constricted to one thing and I'm not feeling excited about it anymore. It's not feeling alive. So it's really important to refresh things. So I'm just making space right now for what actually feels good. And so I'll share a little bit just like personal stuff. So you guys are nosy and you love personal shit, right? And I don't share a lot of personal stuff. So let's see. At the end of last year, again, I haven't been on the podcast because I gave it a minute because I wasn't sure what direction we were going in. And then I had this like big viral moment on Threads where I was just, like me ranting about whatever. And I was talking about sexless marriage over 50. And it just exploded for men. And I got hundreds and hundreds of like messages and comments. And so for a minute, and that was unexpected. So for a minute, I was working with some new clients around that. But pretty quickly, I realized, a lot of people in that position either need therapy or they're just not going to get up and decimate their life. They're just not going to do it. Like, it doesn't mean it's not a problem. It doesn't mean it's a huge pain point. It doesn't mean that tons of people aren't experiencing that suffering, but there's a much smaller percentage of people who are going to get up and do something about it. So, I gave it a moment and then I was like, okay, yeah, no, I don't want that to be my whole focus, but I'm happy to talk about these things and it might make a revival, or like I said, I'm still very open to supporting people with that, plus other things behind the scenes. So anyways, that was a moment around Thanksgiving. And then, so after that explosion, then I got sick at Christmas. So I needed to like take 2 weeks off. So then I kind of kicked off the year, again, sort of experimenting, to be honest. So trying a few new things, seeing what was sticking, what was feeling good for me, what was landing with people, what wasn't. And now it's March, right? So it's just a few months later. And like I said, I don't have a super concrete plan. I have kind of this vision. I am quietly working with a mentor behind the scenes on my brand, but I'm not talking about it because it's too early. We're just sort of, we're doing things quietly. I definitely have a vision, bigger vision. Definitely includes like a book, which actually feels very feasible and accessible. So that's, stay tuned. The rest of it, I don't even want to say anything. I don't want to fuck it up, but that's happening. And then I've just been focusing, honestly, on my personal life because for so many years, I just did nothing but work. Everything revolved around work. And it's very counterintuitive when you're in a moment like this where it's not like everything fell apart or it's not like there's nothing happening, but it's just this, you can feel that things are recalibrating and you haven't landed in the new moment or the new thing. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm in the midst of a transformation right now. I don't know exactly where I'm going to land. Like I said, I have a loose plan. I have an outline in my mind. I'm like, I kind of know what I want to talk about and where I want to go, but I'm very open to things shifting. And I'm also very open to being redirected, which is why, again, I don't know if I said this already, but in human design, I'm a generator. So I'm designed to follow what feels joyful and give people permission to do that too. So that's why it's perfect that the word for the year is joy, because part of my strategy here is to actually work less. And so it's not to not be strategic and not to do anything. It's to, number one, have more fun in all the things, which is why I've been refreshing everything and kind of like reviving certain things. I started the blog again. It's called Naked Truth on my website. And then I'm kind of refreshing the YouTube channel. We'll be doing some other videos there. And here, refreshing this and then taking time away, like more time than I'm used to away from the business to just do what's fun for me personally. So what have I been doing? I've been baking sourdough. I'm 4 years late to the train. Sorry. COVID, I was busy learning how to edit on my computer software for YouTube. So that's what I did during COVID. My girlfriend had a starter for the sourdough. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I am healing the gym freak inside of me that used to be afraid of carbs. And I was like, I'm baking the fucking bread. So it's been not just for that. It's delicious. It's healthier. And also it's fun. It's like a science experiment, which I sucked at science, but I'm really slaying the sourdough. Like it's coming out actually good. So that's a journey. I have been on my auntie duty. So I have 2 nieces that are little. Excuse the sirens. They're 3.5 and 4.5. So I've been playing with them. I've been hanging out with more. My sister's super pregnant. So I've been doing that. I've been painting. I like watercolor. So I've been doing that. And I'm also, and if you guys have any suggestions here, if you're into like production software or like DJing, mixing stuff, or you're a musician or you have friends that do this, hook me up. I want to get like a little mixer. I have some saved, and I asked a friend last night who's big into the like EDM stuff and house music, who has friends that DJ. I was like, give me the most beginner starter pack for, like plug it into your laptop and like whatever, make some beats, screw around with the software. So I just need like the thing to plug in, and then I need to know what software to use, and then I'm just going to roll with it. So that's just for fun because I love music and I'm always making playlists. I'm obsessed with music. I live for it. Like I couldn't live without it. Both my parents were music teachers. So I'm going to become a little part-time. No, I'm just joking. It's not anything professional. It's literally to fuck around for myself, to do this like DJ shit and just make my own little beats. So that's something that I'm in the process of getting the stuff for. And all this to say, and there's more, but whatever. Like this is just some of the shit that I've been doing when I'm not online. And honestly, like being online for me is a struggle because I would rather just not be online at all. I'm actually super introverted, so I like to just be in the moment. So I'm not always on my phone, and I forget to take pictures of things and I forget to post, but I'm trying to be more inclusive because I'm like a fucking vampire. So I'm like trying to remember to post on my Instagram stories and like share, because I think it's so important to just share the mood. Because it's really, again, it's very much like a permission slip. I know that things are heavy right now for people. I don't even watch the news, but I'm aware of things that are going on, but I just don't. I'm very, very, very mindful and discerning of what I take in, period. Right? So I'm meditating and doing my practices, and then I'm just having fun, painting my nails and being fabulous. So this is to give you the permission slip that I truly do believe that fun is not just about hobbies. It's literally the missing ingredient in everything, like including success, which we'll put in between quotes loosely. And what the fuck is the point? Like I've been doing shadow work with my clients too, but the way that I do shadow work, and I'm just calling it that for lack of a better term, it's very much like a la Existential Kink, the book by Carolyn Elliott, which is the best book I've ever read on shadow work. It's so fun. It's so relatable. She's so wise, right? She's got a lot of background in the esoteric, mystical arts, Tantra, Buddhist traditions, and things like that. She's very legit. But the way that she wrote it is so easy to understand. It's so fun. And what is the point if there's no playfulness at all? Like nobody wants to sit. Well, some people do, but I don't want to sit and cry and journal about my inner child for 24 hours. Like, fuck that. No thanks. So I'm doing playful shadow work. Now, does that mean that it's easy? No, sometimes it's actually really hard. But one of the things that I really enjoy doing is that it's like really quickly activating people's deepest desires and also pulling out their deepest fears, but in a way that feels really safe and, again, playful so that you're not afraid of it. And for example, like in 12 weeks, I was just working with a client. We're almost done now. We've been doing this work and it's amazing. Like it doesn't have to take a really long time. You just have to have an eye for what to do and how to pull it out and then how to integrate it. But I think shadow work is extremely misunderstood. And that's a huge piece of what I'm doing with people these days, one-to-one. So I've been doing that too. But like I said, why do the work, quote unquote, if there isn't any pleasure or any levity or play? So you know what I'm saying? The podcast vibe moving forward is this, it's very much like whatever, raw takes. It's going to be very off the cuff. Yes, some episodes I'll definitely do more of like, like I'll sort of like more teaching points, but no, it's not going to be a ton of that. My edgy opinions, I'm calling it that because I do think my opinions are fairly edgy usually or out of the box. Spirituality, no bullshit, more like we're at a sleepover. Talking shit at 2 a.m, right? And I want this to be your permission slip to stop taking everything so seriously. Like, start living. I'm saying it because I had to learn this the hard way. Like I said, I can be really intense and I can get serious fast, even though that's not really my essence. It's how my mind works. So I do get sometimes too serious and then I realize it. And that's when I'm drained and I feel a little depressed and I feel like I don't have energy. And that's when I've lost touch with the playfulness, the sensuality, the erotic side of things, the juiciness. Like, you've got to have that. I mean, I do. And I just think it's important for us to remember that we want to tap into that. Like, that's not just for a once in a while treat. Like, it's your life force. Your sexual energy especially is your life force. So if you're in a season, again, of not knowing what's next, congratulations. You are exactly where you need to be. And this is the beauty of not trying to force an answer to come, but just to let it unfold. So that's why, like I said, I've been just making space. My apartment's very minimal. I have stuff, but I'm not collecting shit all the time. When I get something, I usually give something away. I've got spaciousness. I did it with the website a few months back, and that gave me a lot of new clarity. Again, do I have all the answers? I do not. But I know that I don't need to force it. Like I said, there's more stuff going on behind the scenes that I'm not going to share, but let's just say, things are definitely in motion. I just don't know where exactly they're going. And I'm sure that some of the other changes that are happening are going to influence what I'm doing with my work. But like I said, I don't know exactly what that is yet. So TBD. And honestly, that's it, you guys. I just want to have fun. Is that too much to ask? No, it's not. So that's it. If you are in this space, by the way, and you want some clarity, you can book a one-to-one session with me. I've got the link in the description, in the show notes. You can always hop on a 60-minute call with me. Obviously, I do other things too. I've got longer term spaces, but if you just want to connect, hook up, and talk about what's going on with you, I still do intuitive sessions, right? So I use tarot, I use oracle, I use my own witchy third eye. I'm extremely clairvoyant and very, very, very psychic. So it's easy for me to just hone right in and get through the white noise and just cut right through the bullshit and get right to the point. So I don't waste any time. And that's it, you guys. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. If you've been a loyal listener of all my many pivots and things that I've been doing, I really appreciate you. Just know that. And otherwise, I will see you guys in the next one.